Yeah, it was a huge moment for me, being so young and going into a squad full of Olympians. Like at the time, James Magnuson was here, Jaden Hadler, Daniel Tranter, Jess Ashwood. The names go on. And the only reason I kind of moved at that point in time was my coach, Paul Dobson, back at Springwood. He retired and he kind of sat me and my parents down and he was like, look, you've outgrown Springwood, you need to move to a squad that can take you to the next level. And thankfully he was so open to the idea. A lot of coaches kind of get a bit protective sometimes, which like it's understandable, like you kind of nurtured these swimmers from a young age, but he was open to the idea of me moving on. And yeah, I mean, coming into that NSWIS squad was just like such an eye-opener for me. The travel to and from training was a big routine, that's for sure. So it always started at about 3:45 in the morning. Dad would drive me up to Olympic Park and he worked out at Fairfield at the time. So he would then go to the workshop at Fairfield, open up all the workshop and start all the machines and stuff like that. And by that time he would come back when I'd finished training at 7, drive me to, on the M4, there's twin servos on the M4. He'd drive me into the Maccas there and Mum and my sister would meet me there. So they also had an early morning. And then Mum would drive me from there to Wimberley High. I'd do my school day, finish at about 2:45. And before I was driving, Mum would then pick me up and take me back to Olympic Park for a 4:30 to 6:30 session where Dad would then pick me up afterwards after finishing work and then drive me home, and I'd probably be home around 8-ish and then straight to bed. My family bought in to this huge, so they said if we're going to do it, we're going to do it 100%, and I'm forever grateful for that. Like Mum, Dad, my sister as well, you know, she had to be driven around everywhere as well, so without them I definitely wouldn't be the athlete or the person I am today. They never put any pressure on me, they just wanted me to do the best I could. Obviously I put pressure on myself to kind of repay the faith, I guess, because they invested so much time and effort into my swimming. I felt pressure to repay that, but nothing that was, you know, overwhelming or crushing. Like it wasn't like this thing I had floating over my head constantly, but there definitely was a little bit, but never from them. In everyday life, my inspiration would have been my mum and dad, and you know, everything. They had full-time jobs, and they still had time to get me around everywhere, support me, take me out to all the swim meets, cook me dinner, do everything. I owe everything to them. Sport sometimes took priority over my school, but it was kind of just finding those little points in the day to do my study or my homework or whatever it was. I was very lucky that Wimberley High were so supportive and understanding of what I was trying to achieve. I was tired all the time growing up, but there was never a thought of quitting. Like I had committed to what I was doing and I was never gonna stop doing that until I achieved what I wanted.